Daily goal hit. Now you can go play golf. Nice. So what's the theme that I'm looking for here? We just swept off that almost the opening high. We have liquidity 55 from 30 or so, but there's nothing too big on the book here. It's all relatively small. Coming back off. Nice little top wick. Beautiful stuff. Y'all in now? Looks like y'all are in. Good. Good. So one thing I would really love to see is a larger iceberg hit the tape to kind of give some direction. You see a little bit of liquidity coming down, 54.75. Still small stuff here, though. But I want to watch a skew build in the book to see, all right, well, are they going to sell this back off into the afternoon? Usually we'll have the 11:30 play. The 11:30 play has been pretty consistent lately. Of course, we have a lot of things on the stove here simmering. We have, now this new India, Pakistan thing. We have obviously all the geopolitical stuff. Have VWAP plays on NASDAQ. $55.02 Doji. Not playing in these micro trends, just watching. I love it. Yeah, well, there are a little bit of trend lines here. The same thing as yesterday. You've got this one coming out from this morning that you can play towards. They're already dojing this candle out here. You see this 55.30 coming on? Let me get the options data. 15-minute is looking still holding the downtrend barely. And we'll see how this does. They have sold all the puts they purchased this morning, but they haven't touched any calls. We are still very negative on calls today. So we're not seeing a lot of activity for the high side. WW's about to squeeze. Weight Watchers. All right, well, I've only taken one trade today. It was a nice little short on the open. See if we can get into something else here. Try to keep y'all entertained in this Wednesday dullness that always seems to occur. Anyone else has an options update? Yep, they are in the process of selling puts, but they are not buying calls. We're still selling calls as well. So that looks like a bit of a relief bounce after a very large drop. Quickly back up to 55.10, the 5500 area, and they're already rejecting it. I'm having troubles with the YouTube stream. Anyone else? Let me see. Here, try that. Bottom wick back off, 54.96. And that's your retest area right there, that green block. Just like the upside breaker, that is your test to go long. Longer, I should say. And that should get us over the opening print. Or the opening high, I should say. Wrong wordage. What's up, bros? Just checking in, looking for you. Nice invest. What's up, buddy? Yeah, let's stay green. Catching a whole bunch of people short and late, and up we go. See this 55.30? That's the only real liquidity pull I have here, the only skew. Let's see if it's still similar on NASDAQ. NASDAQ removed the lower stuff here, and they've got 19,350 on. I haven't been doing too much trading on the Wednesday morning aspect here because it's been a little slow until 11:30. I have to mute. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. So if we want to proceed from here, again, we need to ask ourselves the same question: absorption, or they're going to reject off of this. We're right up to the overnight high, or I'm sorry, the morning high. Can't get through it. They came down and retested this little pivot, this support resistance flip, and now we're hovering right here at 5,500. We have, on the option chain perspective, put selling, but no call buying. So we're not getting the upward flows yet. We have some upward pull on the liquidity. We have 19,350 on NASDAQ, and we have a little bit sitting here at 5530, 5550. And we need to understand, is this red move down this morning simply liquidity grab for higher prices, or is the initiation of a downward trend? That question could be answered today, especially with today's earnings this afternoon. We're also at a major trend line going back to February. We're at February. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Yeah. I see what you're saying. This little cat right here. And we're also at a trend line from 6 o'clock this morning. I think we could very well chop until earnings are known. I don't see any real conductive opportunity for zeros since the earnings have already been made. Maybe power hour. Yeah, 100%. I agree with that. I agree with that. It's like they know the low is in and their put premium is going to decay and pay better. I mean, that's the way the zero DT options works. That's the way it works. As they make a move, they decay one side. They make another move, they decay the other side. I would like to see some aggressive skew on the book to kind of get me leaning towards one way. Let's see what we can do here. I need to buy a refrigerator for the new house. I have no idea what I'm going to get. I hate all modern refrigerators. They're terrible. Inefficient, cluttered. If no aggressive skew, no trade. Not worth going long or short. Love it. Got both my Apex and Top Step payouts approved this morning. Just time to hit the daily goals. Beautiful. How many accounts you got, Twizzy, on Apex? Locking them out. Love it. One on Top Step, 4 on Apex. Nice. I like it, Twizzy. Keep it up, buddy. Keep it up. NASDAQ is above their opening high, and they're holding that as support. That does have some merit. These payouts are just one each. There you go. Another bottom wick NASDAQ. See if NASDAQ's going to break higher here. A lot of boring stuff until 11:30. Bottom wick, RTY, ES, NASDAQ, all heavy bottom wicks right there. Looks like they're about to breach higher there. 55.40 is the skew. That's where it's pulling. My goal is to be able to take out 100%, reach to a certain dollar amount, and take the whole thing. Beautiful. It's a way to do it, man. It's a way to do it. Right into the trend right here. 5511. Still can't take a new high yet, but it's trying to. If I do it again with the remainders of my Apex, I'm moving on to my personal futures account. Beautiful. That's the way to do it. That's the smart move. Trump press conference at 11 o'clock. Be advised. Another top wick off that trend. Look at that liquidity just came on at 250 on NASDAQ. Interesting. A little bit more skew. They are not buying any calls. They're just selling puts from this morning. So I don't see any bullish flow on the option chain. And I see a little bit lower skew on the book. Take a strangle at 1059? Yes. Guaranteed that'll pay. Stuck in the middle right here. Back and forth. Don't see any edge at the moment, as we do every Wednesday. That's pretty much the common theme now. Just sit here for an hour and then 11:30 it rockets. Rate my play. Double bottom wick at 10:05. Went long with high volume on SPY. Is that a bad way to start? No, not at all. It's a great play. Good job, Mojo. Got those iron condors, baby. Let's see what we're going to do here. If they claim this level, you could play up to 55.50. If they fail it, we'll know, in fact, what this is. So you have to be very careful on these type of moves because they get everyone all bared up this morning after a couple of days of consolidation, and they reverse it on you. No ICs today. I was late to the market, only traded directionally. We're about to absorb and trickle here. Just be careful. Looks like we get the inverse head and shoulders. Yeah, we'll see what happens here. We'll see what happens. They're absorbing this. NASDAQ is kind of breaching already. Not 354. And like I said, if you want to go short, you have to... Oh, what was that? You have to be able to accept the prior candle's low. Other than that, we have to maintain long here. Long bias, that is. Top wick. I don't like this action. No bueno. No bueno. Right here. 5518 into this area. 5520. If we can clear this area, that's where we're going for 5540. Right here. But they got to close it. I don't like the when we consolidate for, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. When we consolidate for 7 moves, you don't really want to play the first breakout. When you start chasing that initial move, that's where you get liquidity swept. So they can close it right here. Oh my gosh. He's voice streaming, but he's not sharing a screen on Discord. Yeah, I am. It's on. You have to go over to Bookmap Stream. Am I playing chess? No, I'm not playing chess. I've been trading the Tesla bounces. It's been a good lesson in review and patience. Nice. Yeah, Tesla's had a great run. I was looking at Tesla for a long-term move right here at 278 to break out this 285 level because they were primed for a breakout with that big green move under volume. Not to mention In my opinion, one of the drivers of volatility is going to be Tesla being an emotional trade. Whenever you have an emotional trade in the market like that, it moves very radically. Makes for great trading opportunities. Right there. Top wick back over. Still skewed to 19,300, 19,260 right here. Yesterday was a good catch on Tesla. Heck yeah, man. Heck yeah. That was weird, though. They put that big old aggressive move out of nowhere and just stopped there. JP Morgan also moved up their estimated value from 400 to 410 this week. I don't follow that stuff usually, but yeah. They just now started buying some calls. Let's go take a look at the book on ES. We have 5537 still building. $240 right there. What does that 4-hour chart tell you? Here, I'll share my screen real quick. Share screen, change stream. So what does that 4-hour chart tell you after 1, 2, 3, 4 days of consolidation? Large red engulfing, get everyone nice and bared up. We already retraced about 50% of this move, 5520, and no end in sight just yet. If they get 5540, now we're coming up into a full engulf area. Not quite there yet, but it's approaching that target. So if this is a bottom wick day, this is a fantastic way to induce liquidity for a big move up. So the swing trade is imminent. Regardless of how today's close is, the swing trade is imminent. If they sweep today's candle, long calls all day long. Swing calls all day long to 5,800. Especially with the amount of volatility we're getting. You have to realize that if they are going to move it on FOMC, they're not going to dump it too far before FOMC, which is in, a week and a half. Right here. Is this a bull trap for another move down? I don't know. We will see. We will see. Stream settings. I need to change this back to 15 FPS. There we go. Dang it. It's doing that again. Rating cats and dogs. Uh-oh. Still going green, 5521. We're now 70 points higher than we were at 10 o'clock. Still going. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff. You have to maintain a long bias until we take out a prior low. 15 minutes. Same concept. Same concept. 5540 looks like the likely target here. We had some crazy torrential rain last night. Nice, Kennedy. Springtime, baby. Springtime. Yeah, if they hold over this, I mean, it's all upside acceptance. So maintain long bias. Order book is skewed up to 5537. We have acceptance higher prices. They're now buying calls. So all signs point to upside here, not to mention all the late shorts from from this morning are now scrambling and going up. Comes down to the 30s. Uh-oh. That's no bueno. Man, there's a big old storm coming over. I hate when those storms blow in over from Russia. Over here in Alaska. Makes them some crazy weather. $5,527. Yep, trap them and slap them. The whole book, the whole market is nothing but shenanigans. Fugazi. That's all it is. Not to mention we broke this little trend line too. So all signs point to upside. There we go, 5538. $8 worth of slap is a bit much. It's this market, man. VIX is still very elevated. Volatility is still very elevated. We just had a couple of periods of consolidation in the midst of volatility. Don't get lulled to sleep. 5537 on the book. Let's call it an even 40 to make it easy. That's what it's doing here. About to set a new high of the day. It already has. Yeah, ES already did. Coming up, baby. Coming up. All upward flow. Still going. 55.30, almost up there. So, yeah. I like it. Now, as we get closer to this area here, if I want to see a increasingly bullish book, I want to see lifting orders. I want to see a skew to the upside maintain. Now, we still have 5550, which is great. It's coming on. They removed the 3940. Not the best, but it's still upside. So what I would do in this situation is just do what we always do. Maintain a stop within liquidity or beyond liquidity, depending on how aggressive you want to be, and take your hands off. An agency I used to work for asked if I wanted to go work in Alaska, $12K stipend, $2K annually per family member to sign for 2 years, $100K salary. It was negative 15 yesterday. Yeah, but it's Alaska, man. You get to hunt moose or meese. Going from trading 0D to ease on SPY to weekly Teslas, and you keep poking it like, come on, do something. I love it. What a move this is, man. It's crazy. Get them all bared up. Yeah, that's what they do. Moose is on my bucket list hunt. My neighbor strongly recommend I go with a professional when I'm there with the right equipment to process the meat on site. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. I want to go like hunting moose and elk in the mountains. Like rugged, true hunting. Wooden spear? Absolutely. Look up schlocking? No, I'm good. Still pressing. It is. Set a stop. Take your hands off. That's it. Until they put in a top wick 3-bar reversal and accept a lower price. Hands off. Dude jumps from a tree and spears deer with all types of animals. Nice. Archery hunt red stag in New Zealand. I'd love to do that. I'd love to do that. Only if I could bring my weapons, though, and I don't think they'd let me. $5,530 coming up on it. This is where it was, that liquidity. Oh, man. Still going. Still going. Some guy on YouTube Shorts described a standard retail mindset. In a loss, hold it till it comes back. If he stops you, get it all back. Don't stop till you do. In green, keep going but not too far. Take your $5 and run. Do the exact opposite and you'll be profitable. 100%. Cut your losses short. Let your winners run. Now, easier said than done, right? Because when do you know when winners are going to run? When do you know losses are going to stop? They're going to keep on going. So, yeah, that's the concept that you need to apply. And every time you're looking to get out of a trade, whether every time you're looking to stay in a loss, ask yourself the question, does this fit my thesis? Create a thesis. If it breaks down, you get out, period. I guarantee you, 100%, every time you hold a loss or every time you double average into a loss, it doesn't fit your original thesis. And it breaks down. And now you're just gambling and hoping. And the market always finds a way to eat your lunch every time you gamble. It has that ability. It's like it's a sentient being. It has the ability to smoke your account every time you gamble. All you just say to yourself, man, why can't I just get lucky once? Just one time, how come I can't get lucky? It's because the market is fugazi. It's all about sweeping liquidity. That's it. I thought about doubling my long at 55.50. Glad I didn't. All because of you. You're welcome. XXLAMENAMEX. Love it. That big old red block kept us safe, baby. $55.40. Here it is. Here's that sweep, that liquidity that's been up there. That skew's been pulling us higher. Costco VP is set up on the 30-minute. Yeah. So it's just flowing up here. Don't be a jabroni who tries to short after this morning move. You have to remain long until the 15-minute takes out a prior low, period. Until then, long buys. Look at the liquidity pulling up to 55.55. The order book is just skewed now. Just going. All right, Trump is hosting a cabinet meeting. Beautiful stuff. I decided to keep the same strategy but adjust parameters. I actually decided to shrink my stops, maintain my thesis, increase my entry criteria, which means less trades. Low win rate, high profitability made sense to me. I just set limits in the most part. I've been good the last few days. There you go. It all comes down to risk management, period. You can have a high win rate and lose money. You can have a low win rate and still make money. It just comes down to risk management. Can you cut the losses when it breaks your thesis? Can you let the winners run when it fits your thesis? Period. Take out a prior low. All right, let's go to the 15-minute chart. If you go to the 15-minute chart and look at the prior low candle, so what I would want to do, ultimately, in order for me to go short, in order for me to maintain a bearish thesis after this type of run, we need to take out a prior low, which in this case would be 55.09. Now that's a long way down. That's still 20 points down. You'd probably say you'd want to get in earlier. Yeah, ultimately you'd like to get in early as possible, but I'm not really in the market to try to top tick or bottom tick moves. It's just not practical, and it's not really realistic most of the time. I want to get in the overall direction of the market. I want to be on the same side of the market as many times as I can. So on a move like this, if they were to top tick a prior low and go down, I want to be able to see that it's able to accept lower prices. The market, with this much liquidity, it's difficult to change directions quickly without a catalyst. So that's why I allow myself to be able to take out a prior low to look for a short entry. Now, a way to do that is you can look out for 50% of the candle. If it's to big range, you can start to confirm on the 5-minute to kind of get you in that direction. The longer the time frame, the better. The longer the time frame, the better. Top wick, yeah. Right into that liquidity. What did we hit? 55.40, which was the upside liquidity we were tracking on the book. An immediate top wick. I'm in an SPX 5150 May 16th put. I'm down about $700. Need advice. What should I hold? In my opinion, the way I always tell my people is don't do nothing. If you're going to hold that position, you need to manage it. You need to short puts against it or buy calls against it, one of the two, to reduce your cost basis. But don't do nothing. Don't sit there and hope that we're going to drop to 5150 by May 16th because you only got 2 weeks left. 2 weeks. It's not that much time in the options world. And the longer you hold it, the further down your break-even point gets. So if you are going to elect to hold that position, which I think is a pretty good chance we hit it, you still need to protect the position. So I would use that for leveraging into shorter dated short puts to reduce your cost basis. You're welcome. What is it about the 15-minute range that gives importance to your trading? I track my moves on the 15-minute chart. So I'd like to look at a place that the market is going to pivot. And the longer the time frame, the better. Now on short time frame trading, you can't really wait for a 60-minute candle to close. So I think a good balance between short term and long term is a 15-minute. And it gives me great entries. It gives me great entries to enter based on liquidity on the shorter time frames. So if I'm scalping and I see a close under on the 15, then I can say, well, the order book is shifting. And it builds me enough time in a candle to determine that the order book is headed in the right direction. You're welcome. Another bottom wick. I think you would appreciate my recent X post. Trading has desensitized us for money. An 8-hour shift at $16 an hour is $120, $128 in a day before benefits, taxes, gas, mileage, If you were handed $100 a day for life, you'd be ecstatic. Yet people see trading as a waste if you're not making 100K a thousand day. Yep. Trading will destroy your concept of money, 100%. Until you realize that you're a jabroni. All right, we've got about 10 seconds left here. We're going to wrap up the stream. Any questions about our whole concept this morning? Fantastic use of the book, Skew Higher into 5538, 5540. We brought back up. We top wick right off of it. So the whole thing I use the order flow for and bookmap for is to identify major skew in the book. Is the order flow lifting higher? Is the order flow pulling lower? That's it. It's as simple as that. If you have any questions about anything else, hit me up in the DMs. Shoot me a message, email, the whole thing. Otherwise, I will see you bright and early next week, Wednesday, 10:30 Eastern, on Bookmap Stream. I love y'all. I'm out. See ya!